welcome to another episode of SLC Punkcast, live around the world. I'm thinking of going somewhere like Live Circuit or Live Wire or something or other like that. But yes, no matter what the name is, this is the segment of the show where we talk about the live shows we have attended and like to promote the ones that are coming up near you. That's pretty much how we do it. So anyway, I had a couple of shows to talk about that I attended / played last weekend. The first one was the show that I played with Keep Flying, Cheap Perfume, and Atypical Heroes. It was a super fun show at DLC. Atypical Heroes came on first, and they had a nice fun little ska sound, and I was just chilling in the back, enjoying it. Yeah, I'm chilling. It was fine. And then Apathetics. Yeah, we came on next, and we always bring our A game. We always go super fucking crazy. Me and Josh go into the audience and just make everybody happy. We just like to really put on a show. And I invited a lot of people to this show. I invited all my friends and my family. A few of them were not able to make it. But my friend Landon, he sends me a message right before we get to the show. And he says, I'm bringing 6 people with me. You are? Okay, man. Well, I can't wait to see you. And sure enough, he comes in, 5 people in tow. All right, he was not kidding. He actually brought a lot of people. And they were the ones who were really making the crowd move while we were playing. It was awesome. And yeah, I was doing things like I was getting down into the crowd. I went and sat on the floor monitor playing my bass. At one point, I even stuck the mic into the crowd. Like, just picked it up on the stand, stuck it in like, hey, it's your turn to sing, motherfuckers. It was fun. It was a fun time. We always bring it. Always fucking bring it. Anyway, we really stole the show at that point. And Josh was even nudging me like, I hate to be the band that has to follow us. I'm like, they're gonna do fine. They're gonna do fine. Anyway, Cheap Perfume, they were good. Keep Flying, they were also good. They played really awesome sets. And Cheap Perfume, they actually played in Salt Lake not too long ago, opening up for Bikini Kill when they were here in August. So it was awesome that they were able to do that. And we were talking to them about it, said that all the Bikini Kill members were just watching them during sound check, like, yeah, super good. Nice little feather in the cap when it comes to that. But yeah, how they played in the DLC, it was great. The lead vocalist was just getting in the crowd with everybody and just screaming in their faces. Well, up at their faces. She was pint-sized. She was yay big. But she was killing it. She was killing it. And yeah, Keep Flying. I really enjoyed hearing this more mellowed out sound. Well, I just say that ska is more mellow by design, but it's still fun. It was still fun. Every band was on their A game tonight. Each one brought their such a significant performance. We were all hanging out in the backstage in the little green room and just nerding out about bands and just saying, hey, if you ever want to come back here, hit us up. I even have a house venue. It would be awesome if you guys played there. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, that show was awesome. Great show. Great time with great friends, great people, and great drinks, too. Great drinks. DLC is part of the bar Quarters. It's a barcade. So you get to watch bands play. You get to play pinball, play all these arcade machines, all these old school ones, and you get to drink. What more could you ask for? Anyway, the next show that I hit was a show that I had forgot about. I was intent on attending, but I was only reminded of it the day of, and that was the Devastation of the Nation tour with I Am Morbid, Suffocation, Mortiferum, Loda, Fulci, and some other band whose name... No! Yeah, it was a great show. I only managed to get there 3 bands in. It was a stacked lineup, so it started pretty early, and I had gotten off work. I had to do some I had to do some writing for this week's episode of the Punkcast. I had a lot to say about certain songs on that episode. You will know what I'm talking about when you listen to it. It's live now. I know this, so you have no excuse. Oh, God. So that was a good show. It was a good show when I got there. I am bummed that I missed Fulci, but I got there in the middle of Mortiferum's set. And Mortiferum is awesome, just this straight, sludgy, kind of blackened doom metal band. Kind of on par with Primitive Man, and I love that style. I really do. It was so heavy and just so daunting and so powerful, and just these hammering riffs. God, it's fun. And then Uda, Vada. I don't know how you really pronounce it. I never really quite listened to them. They were a black metal band, and the stage was just coated in all this fog. And you saw these three hooded figures standing on the parts of the stage where they need to be. And just seeing these silhouettes of these human figures with all of this fog, and they're playing black metal. Yeah, it doesn't get more setting appropriate than that. It was just exactly what I needed to see for a black metal band anyway. Then Suffocation comes on. Suffocation, I have only seen one other time. And I am kicking myself in the ass for not seeing them more, because holy shit, were they a riot. They are a riot. They are one of the most fun death metal bands to ever see live. Just the energy from all the band, the energy from the lead vocalist himself, the energy from the music. It is just off the fucking chain. And their lead vocalist, Terrence Hobbs, he just knows how to demand an audience. He just looks at everybody and he's like, come on, everybody. So many times, I lost count of how many times he was just like, come on, circle pit this son of a bitch. They are just so lively, and the crowd responds. The crowd responds to that shit. They were just going off the fucking chain. It was wild. And they played a pretty decent set. They have a new album out. But they played quite a bit from the, Effigy of the Forgotten, their first record. And yeah, no shit that everyone was losing their minds at this show. The first record, that's where all their good songs are. But yeah, the new material was getting a lot of good feedback, a lot of good live feedback. And honestly, Suffocation's one of those bands, no matter what album they put out, you're always going to find something you like on there. But anyway, let's get on to the main event. I Am Morbid. Now, funny story, Morbid Angel was actually supposed to be on the Devastation of the Nation tour, which they were, but they had to drop off for unforeseen circumstances. Nobody really came out why. I haven't really been keeping up as to the why Morbid Angel dropped off. But what better band to replace them than I Am Morbid, the band that was founded by their original vocalist and bassist, Dave Vincent, and their original drummer, Pete Sandoval. So, yeah, we basically got a Morbid Angel set from I Am Morbid. And they played songs from the first 4 albums, Altars of Madness, Blessed Are the Sick, Covenant, and, Devastation? Yeah, Domination. I always forget the name of the 4th one, but those were the 4 albums. They come right on stage with Immortal Rights, and I was like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is the Morbid Angel I need to hear. And they kept going on with Fall from Grace, and then Visions from the Dark Side, Blessed Are the Sick, and they even did a Terrorizer cover. That was one of the bands that Dave Vincent fronted with. I think it was just him, actually. Anyway, yeah, Terrorizer, just this grindcore offshoot band, and they did Dead Shall Rise. And that was kind of like a little bit of fan service to us. That was awesome. Now, I am kind of bummed they did not play Chapel of Ghouls. They did not play Chapel of Ghouls. I'm like, that is one of the best songs they have. And it's, I don't know. I guess if that's the only complaint that I have, I shouldn't be too devastated. They did play my favorite Morbid Angel song, Maze of Torment. So, yeah, I can die happy hearing that. So, it was awesome seeing Morbid Angel, hearing it from the original vocalist, original drummer. But yeah, is it really Morbid Angel if you don't have the guitarist, you don't have Trey Azagloff? It's a bummer that they're not all together. But to hear the original vocalist sing some of the best songs that they have to offer, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. It's the voice of Morbid Angel, but the heart and soul are with their guitarist, their lead guitarist, Trey Azagloff. So we just kind of have to take it for what it's worth. But I'm fucking super stoked with it. Super happy with it. So, yeah, I Am Morbid, Suffocation, and Uda, and Mortiferum, and of course the bands that I missed. So, what shows do we have coming up? We got a few. Most of them are on the 7th, but we'll get to that in a second. On the 5th, Public Servants, DTA, and Fuck the Informer will be playing at Aces High Saloon. That is $15, starts at 8 p.m. On the 6th, Suffocator are playing their first show in, almost a year at this point. They're going to be playing with Cudney and Mañanero. That is also at Aces High, $10, starts at 8:30. Now on the 7th, oh boy, there's quite a bit going on. Higher Law is doing their album release show, and they're going to be joined with Hi-Fi Murder and Murphy and the Giant. That's going to be at Aces High, and it is a whopping $5 to get in. $5. Take it. $5 shows don't happen anymore, people. And it's going to be starting at 8:30. Then over at Diabolical Records, Sympathy Pain is having their album release show, their album Swan Dive. They will be joined by the band Midwife. That is going to be starting at 7 p.m. I don't know the price of admission, but I assume it's going to be somewhere between $5 to $10. That's usually how these local shows go. And speaking of local show, there is a locals only show happening over at Fellowship Hall. It's going to include Recidivist, Taste of Blood, Forever War, Knife Point, and that's it. That's it. That's going to be $20, and it's going to start at 7 p.m. A lot of good bands on that one. And then there was the Merry Moshmas for 2024. It was a toy drive. Unfortunately, that got canceled. They didn't say, the people who put it on did not say why it was canceled. I hope everything is okay, but it does suck that a benefit show like that is now kaput. But we'll find other ways to help. I'm sure they will. I'm sure that something else is going to come of it. And then on the 14th, there's going to be a couple of really big Christmas-oriented festivals. First, we have Friendsmas, a punk rock Christmas. That is a benefit show for Utah Domestic Violence Coalition. And those are our boys and Racist Kramer who put that shit together. They do it every year, and they always kill it. So, Racist Kramer, along with Restroyer, Pirates of the Promised Land, and Atypical Heroes. That's going to be at Urban Lounge. Please bring whatever you can for donations, and it starts at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, over at Aces is my boy Chris Schmid, who's putting on the Prickmas Christmas Massacre. He does a podcast called the Prickcast, where he interviews a lot of bands, local or otherwise, in the basement of Aces High Saloon, and he releases them, well, not necessarily every week, but whenever he gets a new show out, he releases them every Sunday, adjacent to the week they were recorded. Anyway, he likes to take those bands that he interviewed, the local ones, and make a whole festival around it. And this year's model includes Al Ghul, Acid Hologram, A Traitor's Last Breath, Satan himself, Monstrology, Simeon, Cudney, Debrider, and Morbid Tabernacle Fire. That, like I said, is going to be at Aces High. It is $20, but If you are wearing any Prickaganda merch, it's just $15. So if you have a shirt, you have a hat, you have a patch somewhere, you can just pin it to your shirt. As long as you have something that has Prickaganda's name and logo on it, and you're wearing it, then you get $5 off of admission, which is awesome. And that whole debacle is going to be starting at 2 p.m. Make sure you're there if you're a metalhead, but if you're a moon stomper, go to Friendsmas. So you have a ska show and a metal show happening at the same time. It's going to be pretty fun. It'll be a fun fucking Christmas, at least for me. Anyway, those are all the shows that I got so far.
And now we go around the world in no particular order. We're going to start with an Urban Arts Foundation show. Shout out to them. They're putting on a cool one December 14th. It's Punk and Oi Night presents Steel Toe Solution, Lucy, Iron Duke, Schaefer Battle, The Combatants. Really cool stuff there. Go check out Urban Arts Foundation, NJ_Urban Art Foundation for more details. This is an updated flyer from the last time. Next, we have Merry Christmas, Saturday, December 7th. This is at Ivory Blacks in Glasgow. Tickets are £10. You can go to Ticket Scotland or pay $15 at the door. You can go see Control and Fire Exit and Ambition Demolition. I've got to go see Ambition Demolition and Control. I can't believe I haven't seen Control, but Fire Exit, killer band there. Got to see them this year. Then on, I think this is the 21st. My German's not very good, but definitely got to mention it as our pals in High Society are playing there. You can see on the flyer, it'll be in Leipzig. They'll be playing with Schleimkeim. Hopefully I got that right. Rawside, VSK, and, I mean, who doesn't love this name? Mike and the Assfuckers. Go check that one out in Leipzig. Next, our pals from Spike Polite and Sewage. We're going to go through a myriad of flyers here with this band, but they will be here on the West Coast starting today in Tukwila, Washington. They'll be in Portland, Oregon. Tomorrow, the 6th, on the 7th, they'll be in Eureka, California. And then they will be at Eli's Mile High on Sunday. So you can check them out there. Next up, we will head to... God, where is this one? I don't know. But Les Lupoi are playing with Schlag and Hunt Noise, I think. And that'll be on December 6th. Quas de Brume and Lacrosse, maybe, if I've got that right. Cool looking flyer and some cool bands also. So you can go check them out. Hunt Noise for more details on Instagram. Obviously, any of the other bands as well. Then our pals in Cry Havoc, they will be doing Punksmiths. It's that time of year, isn't it? The Cellar, Punksmiths, The Cellar, Volume 9, featuring Cry Havoc, 5 Stories Falling, Zombie, Jared Napick, Wolf Harbor, Minor Inconveniences, Ashtray Angel, New Haven Ravens, The Simulators, John Fullington, Max Hysteria, Degenerates of Punk. That'll be on December 14th at The Cellar on Treadwell in Hamden, Connecticut, 2 p.m. because there's a lot of bands there. It's $15, and make sure you are 21 or older to get in. Then we have a tribute show in loving memory of Lourdes Orpeza. And the bands that'll be performing there will be Pistol Grip, 21 Gun Salute, Switchblade, Badass. That's December 7th at Characters, and that is in Pomona, California. And doors will be at 8. You can see on the flyer $20, and tickets are at gonzopresents.com. Next up, we will do a December 6th show, and this show will feature the Fobs at the Underground Bradford, and it is brought to us by Punk Promotions. Also on the bill are Healthy Junkies and Harlot. Doors are at 7. They'll finish by 10, so make sure you get there. And next up, we've got another Punk's Christmas, a Punk Christmas, and this one is at the Boulevard in Wigan. That is in UK. Tickets are £15. It looks like it's going to be an afternoon show and ending at 8:30 at night. Make sure you go over to eventbrite.co.uk and you can find tickets for this show. It features Dirtbox Disco, Drongos for Europe, The Sentence, Zero Tolerance, The Mistakes, and UK Descent. Some killer bands on that one. Then a fantastic band, Grade 2, seen them a few times, including here in Salt Lake. I think I've seen them in California, a couple times in Las Vegas, but they were also here in Salt Lake. Awesome every time. They're about halfway through this UK winter tour today at the Crawford Arms and Milton Keynes. Then they'll be in Blackpool at the Waterloo on the 6th, Huddersfield at the the Parish, sorry. Having a hard time reading some of that font. That's on the 7th. And Newcastle at the Grove on the 8th. In Edinburgh at Legends on the 9th. And they'll wrap it up in Wolverhampton at KK's Steel Mill. You can go over to grade2official.co.uk and get yourself some tickets. They're an awesome band. Next up, about halfway through this tour, maybe almost halfway, you'll get Ignite and Slapshot, The Drowns, and This Means War. I love our pals and This Means War. Love The Drowns. Slapshot's amazing. So's Ignite. Awesome stuff there. And today, it's already happening as I'm doing this, but it's in Munster. Then they'll be in Berlin, Prague on the 7th, München. Hopefully I'm getting some of these German ones right. Any of these for that matter. That's on the 8th. Schweinfurt on the 9th. Vienna on the 10th. Budapest on the 11th. Ljubljana in Slovenia on the 12th. Arberg in Switzerland on the 13th. And they'll be in France at Saint Salve on the 14th, and wrapping it up in Belgium. So go see those bands, all great bands from a few different places. East Coast, West Coast, here, over there in Europe as well. A tour I'm excited for starts this weekend, December 7th in Springfield, Illinois. The band No Guard is doing their December tour. They're from Illinois. On the 9th, they'll be in Springfield, Missouri. Then Dallas-Fort Worth on the 10th, Albuquerque on the 11th. There'll be San Fernando, California, 13th, Oakland on the 16th, and they're stopping here in Salt Lake on the 18th. That's awesome. I don't know if they're going to fill in some of these days or they're just taking their time and having a good time. Some of these drives could be shitty, too, because of snow and such, so maybe that's a smart thing to do if you've got the time to do so. From Salt Lake on the 20th, they'll be in Denver, Kansas City on the 21st. And home in time for the holidays, it appears. That's pretty awesome. Next up, we've got another Christmas show. This one is at Blue Island. I believe that is Illinois area. I want to say Chicago area. This Christmas party featuring Fierce City Skins, brought to you by probably, and it features the band Fierce City, Clear Coat, Old Salt, Fighting for Scraps, all on the bill. It's $10. Doors are at 5, and come hungry. Head over to Eagles Bowling Lanes in Blue Island. And again, I think that's somewhere near Chicago, but I could be wrong. That's on December 14th. I will be doing this winter weekend. I already got my tickets and all of that. I'm super excited. This is in Houston, December 14th at Brash Brewing. Features Mike McColgan and the Bomb Squad performing Do or Die in its entirety, and a lot of other really great bands. Soft Kill, Violent Way, The Prowlers, Liberty and Justice, Sikkim, Fuerza Bruta, Big Dog, The Uncouth, and False Front. A couple I've seen, a couple I'm really excited to see for the first time. I believe there is a Friday show if you head over and see some of these bands, like a opening show, I guess. But Friday, some of the bands I think are playing that night, and then like acoustics thing like Sunday afternoon too. So make a weekend of it, as it is a winter weekender. Then we have another Christmas show, Punk Rock Saves Lives, Toy Drive, December 14th. This is in El Cajon, California at Burning Beard Brewery. Doors open at 1. It's $10 in advance, $15 at the door. Ages 10 and under free, so get everybody to that show. It'll feature food, vendors, beer, raffles, toy donations benefiting Promises to Kids, foster kids of San Diego County, which 0 to 18 years old, and bring some new, still in package, unwrapped toys only. Help out, give, and for a great cause. You got to go see No Consent, 1 Square Mile. Some of those are harder to read. The Dollheads, The Odd Advantage, The Arson Chair, and Busted Coffins. So go see all of those bands. Remember, $10 in advance. Bring a toy, help out, do something fun for the holidays, and also something good for the holidays. Higher Ground and We Are Mellow Maniacs presents a hardcore holiday show. It's a Looks like, is that fourth annual? Maybe that's fourth annual? Or do they mean 14th? I don't know. Anyway, features Old North End, Outnumbered, Miles of Fire, Concrete Ties, and Dead Solace, I think. That's Friday the 13th. It's an all-ages show. It's at Higher Ground, and Higher Ground, I believe, is got to be up there in like Vermont, I want to say. Something like that. Chaplain Valley, that's who the canned goods that you should be bringing or non-perishable food items will be benefiting. It's 7 p.m. Show starts at 7:30, or doors are at 7. Next up, we've got, where were we at? There we are. An I Win Fest 2024. Our pals in Battle Sites will be performing in Denver at Bar, December 7th, $10, 21 and older, seven to get doors open. Oh, I'm fumbling the words. Also featured are the bands Roic, Cobra Thighs, Barrel, Thieves, Man Ape, Sound Weapon, and Zebra Jones. Next up, we've got the December 7th, 45 Adapters, Mafa, the Hoosier State, and the Fensick, all playing with Hub City Stompers. One of their two, I don't have the other flyer, but one of their two album release shows this weekend. Bandcamp Friday tomorrow. You can get it. New album from Hub City Stompers. Really excited for this one. I don't know if there's too many albums getting released this month that'll be on my list because I don't know of too many other ones. I'm sure they'll pop up. They always do. But I know Hub City Stompers will be there. That'll be at the Meadows in Brooklyn, New York. Doors are at 5. $15 in advance, $20 day of show, under 16 with an adult only. So bring the youth, but make sure they show up with somebody that's old enough. Then we'll head to Belgium for another cool show featuring great lineup. Once a Punk Fest featuring the Toy Dolls, the Partisans, GBH, Total Chaos, NoFX, and I don't think it's that NoFX, Evil Conduct, Midnight Tattoo, and Naka. Such a stacked lineup there in Belgium. Make sure you get to that show. Another canned food drive show, and it is a backyard gig. This one being in Los Angeles, California. Addresses there on the flyer. It's 6 p.m. All ages, no bottles, no cans. $10 at the door, or $7 with a can of food, and bring another can of food. Again, you can't go to all of these shows, so it's not like I'm asking you to bring tons of stuff to tons of shows. But try to do something like that. Like I said, do something fun, do something good. Whether you celebrate the holidays or not, doesn't mean everybody else isn't thinking about it. So I think that's really the true meaning of the holidays, is maybe help out when you can. Even when it might be a struggle, it might be a bigger struggle for somebody else. Anyway, Saturday, December 7th is the show. You'll get to see Naked Aggression. All you need is Kill, SCRS, South Central Rat Squad. I think that's Guilt, GYLT, Age of Fear, Arret, and Cross Break. I think we're just about to wrap it up with the December 7th free show, 9 p.m. The DUIs, the Malones, Old Goodbyes, Brash Menagerie at Sabbatic. This is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then there's the Authority Zero show in Texas. It's a Texas tour. They're just getting ready to start it. December 6th in Amarillo. Then there'll be Lubbock, Dallas, Houston, Corpus Christi, San Antonio, Austin, El Paso. Performing one of those shows there. It looks like the San Antonio show with Teenage Bottle Rocket. Head over to authorityzero.com for more details. That wraps it up. Back to Eric.
And we'll see you next week, guys. I hope you have a very safe first week and a half or so of December. And winter is upon us. Be safe out there. The roads are icy unless you're in the southern hemisphere. Stay cool, motherfuckers. This is Eric Norris from SLC Punkcast signing off.